Welcome back, guys. My name is Awais and welcome back to another Java project-based tutorial. Now, first of all, let me show you what we're going to build in this video. So I'm going to start this application and there you go. So this is a basic paint application using MVC pattern, model view controller pattern. Now, if you learn how to get started with the paint application, you have an idea of how to basically start working on your own paint application where you want to draw a rectangle, a pen tool, brush tool. But in this video, I'll show you how to create this basic paint application. So let's see what we have in it. Now I have this two buttons, which is a brush tool, and then we have this color picker, and then we have this text field where we can define the brush size. Now we have this button canvas, a new canvas. I'm going to click on it, which will give us this thing, and then we can type our canvas height and a width, and then we can just click on create canvas, which will create a canvas for us. Right, so now let's just use the brush tool. So I'm going to type 10 here, and I'm going to click on brush, and if I click and drag my mouse, as you can see, I am actually drawing on the canvas. So we'll just say subscribe, please. Oops, right to. Okay, so this is just a request for you guys. Anyone watching this tutorial, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like this. Now I can change the color as well, and I can change the brush size. If I type 50, as you can see, oh, that brush size has gone bigger. Right, I can change the color to this color, right? And I can even do the custom color. So this is the full box here. So here we have a RGB, and you can change this, and you can use the hexa color as well, such as 232323. That's going to be a bit of dark color. Use this, and there you go, we got this color. So this is going to be an application where you will be building this. Now, once you watch this tutorial, I want you to go and download the code, source code from my GitHub account, and then make sure to modify this application. So if anyone learning this should be able to add a toolbar on the top where you have a file menu, edit menu, and a help menu. In the file menu, you need three buttons. You need to put this canvas, new canvas button into the file menu. We need to have an open, which will open the image in our canvas. We need to have a save canvas button. So whatever we draw, we need to save that in JPEG as well. So I want you to study, and I want you to complete this application, and then let me know. Right, this is a challenge, anyone watching this tutorial. Now let's start with our project. Now let's get started with our project. I'm going to click on this new project, and I'm going to select JavaFX and JavaFX ML. Now, one thing to mention, if you are using Eclipse and NetBeans, you need to know how to create a JavaFX ML application, right? I'm going to click on next, and we need to name our applications. I'm just going to name it paint, and then FXML document, which will automatically be created for us by NetBeans. So we'll change that to paint FXML, and then we will click on finish. Now it is going to create a default project for us with the default code. As you can see here, we have this package named on the top, paint. We have few imports there. I'm gonna delete these comments, right? And then we have this start method, and then we linking over FXML file by the help of this parent root FXML loader method, load get class. Alright, so if you're not sure about these methods, basically this is a default application created by NetBeans. So if I run this application, I'll show you, we get a root, which is basically made up of pane, and it should have this one button, click me. So if I click on that, it will show me the hello world, and it says on the console, you clicked me. Now we need to get rid of these things. Now we are using MVC pattern, which is stand for model view controller. So everything graphically, anything graphically we have in our project will be done by FXML file. So this is a paint fxml.fxml file. I'm going to go to project browser, open a source package, and then here we have three files. We have the FXML file, we have the FXML controller file, we have the paint file, which is right now we're looking at. And if we look at a FXML paint file, we can see our code here, which is creating that anchor paint actually. So to get rid of that, we can just simply delete anchor paint here, and we can start coding here. Now, if you know how to install and use Scene Builder, then you are ready to follow along with this tutorial. What is basically Scene Builder? That if I right click on the paint fxml.fxml file and I will click on open, it is going to open that file into this Scene Builder. I'm using Glue On Scene Builder. If you are not sure about it, you need to watch my YouTube tutorial where I've talked about how you can install and activate your Scene Builder in NetBeans. Now let me show you Glue On Scene Builder. That would be this website, gluonhq.com, and then if you go to this link, you can download this Scene Builder, which is a free application. It's very helpful. You can just drag and drop using your fxml file. I'm going to close that. And then if you haven't watched my Scene Builder tutorial, then you go to my channel and then search for Scene Builder in my channel. I've done the full tutorial how to install Scene Builder in NetBeans. Now I'm going to right click on fxml file and click on open. And now we have this button here. I'm going to get rid of that by pressing delete and select that. We need to get rid of the label here, and then we get rid of anchor paint as well. Now, to make a paint application, what do we need? We need few things. We need a canvas where we are able to draw with the help of our mouse, and we need a tool. It could be brush, it could be rectangle, a circle, or pen tool. Now, this is how you're gonna start working on your application. And well, I'm not gonna be showing you how to create a pen and all those advanced tools, but if you know how to work on this kind of application by watching this tutorial, you will be able to modify this application and you will be able to add more tools to it. Now, we need a canvas and we need let's say a text field where we can add the brush size, and then we want to apply the color as well. So what's going to be the color of our brush? I'm going to expand that, and the first thing we need to have is just let's just say we add a pane. So type pane here, search for a pane, so we just drag and drop here. Now let's change the size of the pane. We go to the layout by clicking here. I'm going to change this preference size to 1280 by 720. That's going to be our preferred. Basically, it's just a width and height. You can change that if you want to. Now we have the pane. Now I'm gonna use a VBox. So type VBox. I'm gonna drag and drop that VBox here, right? And then we can change the width. Is going to be 1280, right? And then I'm going to change this to, let's say, 50 for now. Okay, so this is going to be our tools area. I'm just gonna make sure that it sticks to that. Now inside that we can add edge box as well. So when I click and drag and then drop that edge box here in our hierarchy, and then it's gonna go inside the VBox. Now we have this done. In the edge box, I need few things. We need a tool, so that's going to be a button. So I'm gonna drag and drop that button first here. And then we are going to use a color picker. So type color picker and then drag and drop at color picker and edge box as well. Then we can add text field, which will give us the text for our brush size. So I'm gonna drag and drop that as well. Now we got a few things here. I'm gonna just make them a little bit nicer. We can add a CSS here, but let's just add a padding. Let's just say 20 in edge box. It wouldn't work. That would be actually spacing. So in edge box we're going to say 20. That's going to give us a little bit of space. That's too much. I'm going to change this to 10. And then we can align this in the center as well if you want to, but for now let's just don't worry about it. I'm just going to change the size and try to make it smaller, and then the VBox as well. Right, so we got the toolbar on the top. Inside the pane we are going to search for canvas. So this is another object, so we're going to select and drag and drop it here. Now it depends what size of the canvas you want to have. What I want to do is I want to basically manually change the size here, but you can add a functionality such as adding a menu bar on the top and basically add a default canvas which won't be able which will not let us to draw anything, but you can add like a new file, and that's what it's going to create a canvas. Now I've got this canvas here, and now this is just a random width. We can actually make this as yeah, that's fine. We don't want to go to different ways. Okay, so now we've got 3 things here. Now next thing what I want to do here is I want to give the IDs to these things. So the button is going to be brush tool, so I'm going to change the text to brush, and then I'm going to actually give a little bit of margin here, so move them a little bit side, and then give a margin of like 5 on the top. Actually we're giving this to buttons, so we're supposed to give to all of these. If we can, let's just give 5, and this should be fine. Okay, now we have this button. I'm gonna go and change this to give it to ID, so I'm gonna say brush. Okay, and then this text field is going to have an ID of B size, and then we just change this to color picker. Right, so we got the IDs done, and we got the canvas here as well. So I'm gonna get this as, change the name to canvas. This is going to be our fxml ID. I'm going to save this file, and let's look at it if it works. Now as you can see, the code has already been written. You could write this code to make that kind of thing, but you could just use the scene builder, which is going to be a lot easier. Alright, so we can add text here. We got this color picker here done. We have the brush tool there. We have the canvas here as well. Now the next part is to go to the controller file, and here we need to do a lot of things now. So we don't need this label. We actually deleted that, and then I'm going to delete a few comments here to do here, and then this is going to get deleted because we don't have that anymore. Let's save the file. Alright, so now let's access those elements in our controller file first. So how do we access them? So we tag them with fxml annotation, and then press enter. Next line, I'm gonna make it private, and then I'm gonna type here color picker. That's going to be color picker ID. Next we need an import for that, so I'm just gonna click on this bulb, which will help us to import for that. So let's just import. It's gonna remove the error. We're gonna annotate with fxml again, private, and next one is a text field, field, and then that would be B size. Where I'm getting these names from, if you're not sure about JavaFX, FX, so make sure you watch my playlist. I'll drop a link all of these tutorials in the description, so check it out if you're not sure what's happening here. So I've done the full series on JavaFX, Java, and JavaFX animation as well. So we got 2 things where we have these 2 things. We have the color picker, we have the text size, we have the brush here as well, right? So I'm actually going to give it tool selected, press enter, and then I'm gonna minimize this. This is an on action event, right? So we're gonna have another on action event which will make sure that if it's selected or not. Now next thing we need to do, that we need to have a boolean, and that would be selected. We're gonna set that to false by default, and then the next thing we need is graphic content. So if I'll take you to JavaFX ML, I'll just say JavaFX canvas. I'll search for that. That's going to give us this documentation, and then inside that I'm going to click on this package, and we have 2 things in the package, right? Scene, canvas, right? So basically it's telling me that the canvas is an image that can be drawn on using a set of graphics command by, read that, graphic context. That means to draw anything on that, we need to use this class, graphics context. I'm going to open that class, and in that class we have a lot of things. We have the fill paint, that's what we're going to use. We have the line, we have the stroke paint, text line, baseline. We have so many methods here. So if you go down here, we have so many methods here as well, such as this fill paint. We can draw a rectangle as well, so fill rect. or fill round rect, right? Fill text, whatever you want to do it. There's so many methods here, so this is very long, right? So you can basically use all of these to draw context on your canvas. Now let's go back to NetBeans, and here we are going to use that class. I'm going to type graphics context, and I'm going to name it brush tool, right? We need an import for that as well, so I'm just going to click on this bowl and click on here. So it's going to import the JavaFX canvas, this file here, this class here. I'm going to save the file. Now we got our color picker accessed, we got this brush accessed, brush size accessed, and then we have this brush toolbar. I'm going to actually delete this brush FX ID. We don't need that. We just need to make sure that we select that. That will help us to determine after this on action, right? So once we click on that, it will make that true. Let's go back to NetBeans, and now let's work on a few things. So here we're gonna delete this handle button action for now. We don't have that. Now initialize, that's the main thing, right? Now inside that, first of all, we are going to use that graphic context object. So that's brush brush tool. I'm gonna set that equal to canvas. We haven't created a canvas. We need to create the canvas as well. We need to access that as well. So let's just type that first, and then we will create that. And then we type here graphics context 2D. Right, I'm gonna set that this to equal this. All right, now it's gonna give me error because we don't have a canvas yet, so we can create that on the top or wherever you want. We can just access that. So let's annotate that with fxml tag, and then here we type private, and then we can just say canvas, and then we just name it canvas. Now I'm going to import that first. Let's click here and then click on import. Let's save the file. One thing I want to mention here is you see these names here for the objects, they must be same as you have given on the ID. So this is the canvas. I select that, and here you see this fx ID canvas. The spelling must be the same. That's how you can access these elements into your controller file, right? So I see that I have the same spelling, canvas. Now it should give us remove the error. So we type to canvas, and then we need an import for that as well. So I'm not sure if I write that wrong. So if I type control space, it's not giving me any. Yep, it's giving me a suggestion. So get graphics content suited. This is the class we're gonna use. Right. So once we choose that, I'll use that canvas and dot set on mouse dragged. So for the paintbrush, we need to use this event handler. So that would be drag. This is the one, right? And I'm gonna press space, and then we can use the lambda expression. I'm gonna type e dash arrow, open that. It's gonna give us error because we need an in the lambda expressions we need something illegal startup expression, stupid. Let's come down here. Now we can type whatever we want to type here. So on the canvas, whenever we click on the mouse and then drag, this is the code is going to get initialized, right? So here I'm gonna type double, and we type size, and I'll change this to double, parse double, and then we get that size from this text box. You see this text box, the ID we're given is B size, and if we go back to NetBeans, we can see that we have this element accessed here in our controller file. So that's going to be B size dot get text. Oops, my writing is bad. Right, so we are getting the text size, and we store that into this double variable named size. Okay, next line. We need to access the X and Y coordinates for our mouse as well, right? So we can type that. First of all, X is going to be E dot get X. Okay, so E is like this element here. This is the lambda expression. If you're not sure, watch my tutorial on lambda expression. Minus size divided by 2. Okay, this is gonna give us the the coordinates for our mouse. Double y is equal to e dot get y. So this is to get y minus size divided by 2, and then we got the x and y coordinates there. Now we need, first of all, let's go down here. I'm actually going to get out from this initialize method, and then I'm going to basically tag this with fxml first, and then we just type public void. And what was the method name, on action method name for button here? That was the tool selected. So I'm just gonna copy that, so in case I don't close it, I'm gonna press Control C. We go back to NetBeans, and then I'm just gonna type here. Okay, I'm gonna type here tool selected, and then that's going to be action event e, and then open that. Okay. Now, once we click on that button, what it should do, it should basically set tool selected. So I hope I spelled it right. Tool selected is equal to true. Okay, so we got that action event down there done. Right, now we go back to our initialize methods. I will say if tool selected, make sure you type that properly. Otherwise, it's going to give us an error. So, if tool selected, and I want to make sure that our text and b size is not empty. So type b size dot get text and dot is empty, and then we will draw our rectangle. So we just use the brush tool. So whatever we created a graphic content here, see that? This is the content we're using now. Now I'm gonna use the method set fill paint, and then where we get the paint color from, where is the fill color from coming from? We will get that from this color picker object, color picker element, right? So what we can type here, we can type color picker dot get value. That's going to be method. Let's save the file. And then brush tool dot fill. We can use this round rectangle to make it a bit of round shape, right? And now we can access this by, you see this mouse coordinates here. We store them in X, so that's fine. X is there, double Y is there, and then here we're gonna type the size. So let's just type size, and then size, oops, size and size. That's fine. Now we've done, this is pretty small code, right? Let's see what we are able to do with this small code here. And finger crossed, I'm gonna run this and let's see what happens. Okay, so we have some kind of error here, which basically something is wrong here. Okay, let's find out what's going on here. It says invocation target exception caused by exception in start method. Let's go back to our main. This is our start method. We're getting all the things. We're creating a new root scene, blah blah blah. And why it's giving us an error? Well, we can just find out what's going on here. We have this stage. Let me just create that again. The scene, we create a scene again. So we will just say parent root fxml loader. That's fine. We're getting the fxml file. We'll just say stage dot set title first, and then we can just say paint app, and then stage dot set scene, and then we set the scene. We create a new scene here, this scene, and then we create it from root, and then we can just say stage dot show method. It shouldn't give us an error. I'm just gonna debug that first, and let's see what's happening. Okay, let's run it. Still an error. Okay, so we have the error. If we look at here, it says no controller. Where is it? Yep, access no controller. Right, so we go back to FXML file, and here we go to this controller option here. And here, as you can see, we haven't actually defined a controller for that. So I'm going to click here, and this is going to give me a controller file. I'm going to select that. Let's save the file now. So we have selected the controller. Now our code was alright. I'm going to show you the same code here. And then we run this application now. We have specified our controller. Okay, so after specifying our controller for our paint fxml.fxml file, now I can draw whatever I want to draw. So we'll just select the color first, select the orange color, and I'm going to type 10, and I'm going to select this brush tool. And then once I stretch the brush tool, I'm able to draw. We change this to 50, and then we can draw 50. Now there's a problem. We have to manually set up our canvas. So we change the size. Now as you can see, we have manually set up our canvas. Now if you want to create a canvas dynamically, then there are a few other things you can do here. You can basically add a new canvas button here, create a new stage, and then get the width and height for our canvas. Let me show you. One more thing I want to do here, I don't really use NetBeans, but I want to go to Java, and here I want to actually go to editor and then code completion. I'm going to click on Java here, and then I'm going to type here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now anything I type here will give me the trigger for Java pop-up. Apply. And now whenever I type something, it will give me the suggestion for every keyword. That's how you change that. Now if I target, let's just say I will access that canvas here, dot, and we'll just say set. We can't do that here. We need to basically go inside our initialize method. We have to create a bloody new button, and then we have to do that. Let me just show you quickly if you have some time. So we will just go and then button, drag and drop button here, and then we'll just change the text, new canvas. If you want to change the canvas size, we will change this to new canvas. Okay, on action. Now once we created that, we need to go back to NetBeans, and then here we're going to start typing that code. I'm going to figure out what to do as well. So fxml tag it, annotate it actually, type public void, and what was the name? New canvas, I think so. Let me go back and check that. So that's new canvas, that's fine. Make sure spelling is right. And then we add an action event E, and here we're gonna first of all use the text field, get let's just say canvas width is equal to new text field, and oops, just gonna try showing you how you can create a new stage. Now we got that object text get canvas feed. I'm gonna set that to set prompted text, okay, and width, and let's just use that again, get canvas dot set pref width, so that's going to be double value, and then here we'll type, for example, 150, right? Get canvas width dot set alignment, and then we just leave that pause and center. So we got a text field here for our width, and we're gonna do this with the same with the height as well. So I'm just gonna take this, copy that, and then we can paste it here. I'm gonna change this to, let's just say, height HEIGHT, and then we can just change all of these to get canvas height, and let's get canvas height, get canvas height, right? So we got width and height there for the text field. I'm gonna create a button here as well in that, so we'll just type button. This is a pure JavaFX. So button, let's just say create button is equal to new button, and then in the next line we access that create button and then set text. We can just set it, let's say create canvas. Okay, and then we're gonna add vbox, and then vbox is equal to new vbox. Oops, I'll try finishing as soon as possible. So vbox dot set spacing first, so let's just say 5. Okay, so and then vbox set alignment as well for that, so let's just say set alignment. Let's say pause center, and then vbox dot get children, add all, and then here we can add a canvas, get canvas width first, and then we can add get canvas height, and then create button as well. Save this file, and then we're gonna create a new stage down here. Let me show you how you can create a stage. That's going to be a stage object. So stage, once we get a suggestion, if I press enter, it's automatically importing everything for us, right? So stage, and let's just say create stage is equal to new stage, right? And then next one we can add maybe anchor pane root is equal to new anchor pane, and then select that root dot, and then set pref width first. That's going to be, let's say 200. I'm just guessing, I'm not sure what's happening right now. Set pref height 200 as well, and then we can add that as well. So root dot get children, get children dot add vbox. Okay, so we added that to vbox. Vbox been added to a stage. Now we can just say scene, see any scene, hopefully I spelled it right. We can say get dimension here for our canvas is equal to new scene. We'll create a scene from root, and then we use this create canvas, which is our stage dot. Let me just set the title as well. We can just say, I don't know, create canvas, and then I'm gonna type here, we're gonna set the scene as well. So first of all, I'm gonna set the scene here. So create stage dot set scene, and that would be get dimension. That's the scene name. We can change this whatever you like, but actually we could say canvas scene. Okay, I'll change this to canvases, not to get you guys confused about it, right? And then here we can set that, and then we can just show that as well. So create stage dot show method. Let's save this, and now we need to have another action event. So for that we can use this button first. So once we click on that button, that's the button on the top, create button, right? That's when we click on it, should change the width and height of our canvas, right? So we can access that button now. So create button dot set on action, and then here we can just say new event handler, and then we can just press enter, and it's gonna add this because this is abstract class, so we need to use this handle method. Why? Because it is required. So if you're not sure, this is the main thing in Java, guys. If you're not sure, I'm here to do this project, not to explain the basics of Java. So you need to understand, you need to learn my, actually you need to watch my Java tutorials. Right, so here we need to type a lot of code first. So double, we can just say canvas width received, I don't know, I'm just is equal to, and then we just say double dot parse double, and then we get that get canvas width dot get text. Okay, and I'm gonna copy this down. So we just go, try, let's just type it again, not very hard. So canvas height received is equal to double dot parse double, and then where we're getting this from? We're getting this from these text boxes to text fields. So get canvas height and get, so whatever the text we type in there, it should pass that in here. And then we can just type here get canvas height dot get text. All right, go down. So once we go down, we need to create a new canvas. So canvas, and let's just say it's equal to, we actually have to access that on the top there. So we can access the same canvas actually. Oh, we need to create a new canvas. Maybe we just access that for now. You see this top canvas here, that's what we're gonna access. So canvas, so let's just type canvas is equal to new canvas. Okay, and then we can just say canvas dot set. First of all, let's set width. So set width. Where do you get the width from? From canvas width received object, and then canvas dot set. Oops, why it's typing that, man? Dot set height. Right. So we got that height received. So let's just canvas height received method, and now we got this done, and then we can just add that to over VBox. So I'll just say, we can just say, so let's access VBox dot get children dot add node, and then we can add just canvas there. Right, let's save the file, and then after that we're actually going to close the stage as well. So where is our stage here? This is the stage, create stage, and once I click on that, create stage dot close. Okay, let's save the file and finger cross if it works or not. So let's just run the application. Now I'm gonna just click on a new canvas. It's gonna give me this star box where I'll type, let's just say 600 by 600, and click here, type whatever the size you want, 50. Click on yellow, select the brush. Whoa, nice. There you go. Our canvas is working. We change this to this, change this to, let's just say 20, and there you go. We got the small brush done. So if I take you back to documentation here, so as you can see here, we have fill paint, we have line, how to draw line by accessing X and Y coordinates of our canvas, clear rect, so we have clear rect as well method. Basically it is going to be a razor in the paint application. So whenever you use this, you click on the button and then you use that action event and on that button and apply this clear rect, right? So that will basically, you can add a checkbox as well. So all of these methods, study them so you can create pretty much basic paint application with. Well, this is just the basic idea that how you can work with the canvas. Now we create a new canvas, we got the brush, we got a color picker, we got the new canvas option, we're taking over brush size from there. So it's kind of cool, right? It's just a basic application, but you can just download this code from GitHub on my link in the description. So after that, you can just modify this, maybe add a toolbar, add a file menu, edit menu, help menu, and then inside that you can add basically, let's say, a new file, which will basically have this canvas button inside that, and then we have an open file and save file. Save file is easy. So I just want to show you the classes that you can use. You can choose a file chooser class to open a file, and then to save the file, we are going to basically go to canvas documentation. We need to go to the package, we're going to go to canvas, and then here we need to find out how we can save this. So all of these methods, so you can see here, we need to render that into JPEG file. That's going to be a media library in Java. Check it out and you'll be fine. Alright guys, so this is a quick tutorial, a basic tutorial, how to get started with the Paint application in Java. Cheers, and make sure to subscribe.